Technical Wizard here, and what I have today is my first two vintage computers that I ever collected. Excuse me, still sick. About these computers, I may have not told these stories, but I'm going to go ahead and tell the stories about how I got these computers, because these computers are what started off my vintage computer career. In 2011 and 2012, I really wanted a vintage computer, even though I knew nothing about computers back then, basically. I just knew I liked them, and I wanted an old one so I could mess with it. And mostly I wanted an old Macintosh, specifically a Macintosh Classic or an iMac G3. Now, this was in 2012 when this took place, when Brainstorm Alex was doing Surviving 2012. My dad calls me up. I think it's either June 20th or 21st or 22nd. I don't exactly remember, but he says at a thrift store called A to Z Thrift Store, there was a eMac, which is this eMac I'm referring to. He said there was an eMac there, and I'm like, an eMac? Well, I want to see it. So I was out of town at the time. So when I come back, it's June 22nd, I don't remember, but on June 23rd, which I remember is the exact day, we got up, and my dad asked me if I wanted to go and see the eMac, and I said yes. And we walk around the thrift store, and we don't see it for a minute, and I'm like, oh dang, they sold it. And I go to a table, which let's just say was half this size of this one here. So basically, this other half is what was on it. And they were switched. The eMac was right there, and the Ruby iMac was right there. But I see the iMac G3, I'm like, I gotta get these. But the price tags on these were ridiculous. The eMac said $150. The Ruby iMac said $80. Now, about these. These keyboards or peripherals are not original. Both of these never came with a mouse when I got these. This one, which I don't know where I did with the original cable. I remember I still have it though, but it had an Apple Pro keyboard, which I accidentally sold a long time ago, which I wanted to keep. This one had a Bondi Blue iMac G3 keyboard that was, the wire was kind of stripped right there, but this is the closest I could get, because I wanted to make these like they were a long time ago. So we go over there, I see them, I want both of them really, really badly. So wait, I just did that backwards. My dad dickered with the guy and talked him down to $20 for both of them, not knowing if they worked, but I secretly fired up the eMac when nobody was looking, and it worked. The Ruby iMac didn't have a cable on the other hand, so I go and buy one from another thrift store for $1. And when we get home, I plug them both in and fire them up. This one has Mac OS X 10.3.9 Panther. This one had OS 9.2.2. But the screen was really blurred on it, which I fixed that. It still has the original screen, but I do have a picture of me with these two computers, as you can see. So, this computer, the eMac, basically was my best friend for that time until I got into middle school. The Ruby iMac, the few hours after we moved them upstairs, the hard drive in it broke. So basically, it sat around until March of 2013, which is when I stripped the hard drive out of an Indigo iMac that was dead and put that hard drive and CD drive in here. Well, me and my dad, because I didn't know how to do it back then. My dad is mainly the one who did it. So yeah, it's up and running. Has Mac OS 9.0.4, and shortly after, I plug back in the original hard drive and finds out that it's failing. Don't remember where, but I copied all of the documents and system folders off of it right before that hard drive got the click of death. So after it gets the click of death, I chuck it. And the original bezel was in such bad shape. In August of 2013, I got another iMac G3 Ruby from the same thrift store, and a few months later, in October, I converted to a Blue Dalmatian iMac, which was that case over there originally. I bought this case for $30 off of eBay and put it on there, except that iMac died, so I stripped parts out of it and put it in the Ruby. And yeah, the Ruby's motherboard died before that, so that's why I put parts in here from it, which was in 2014 when I put those parts in. And in 2015, that motherboard died. I don't remember exactly. I think I stripped it out or something. So I stripped parts out of the Ruby, and it sits for a while. It collects dust. So I'll finally put it back together and bring it back to life, sort of. Last time I tried it, I remember there was no picture on the screen, but the eMac I haven't booted up in since like the dinosaur age. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and boot these up so y'all can see them in action. So we're going to start up with the eMac first. So yeah, let's go ahead and load up. The Bong of Apple. The only original parts out of this eMac, because I rebuilt it one time in its life, the only original parts is the case and the hard drive and maybe the RAM. I think I don't quite remember. And this has, I don't know why, but it's in 2013 I upgraded it to Mac OS X Tiger just because I felt like it. And it still has that installation. Tech Bros is a dead YouTube channel that was made by me and Andrew Rouse in 2015, but we shut it down during the summer of this year because we never did anything on it, barely. Yeah, this is an 80 gigabyte hard drive. I remember the original disk drive was a combo drive. The original drive was a combo drive, and it was 1 gigahertz. This is a 700 megahertz processor, which is in it now. 512 megabytes of RAM. So yeah, I think this specific one was manufactured in 2003, and both of these came from a school environment. This one came from Bairden Elementary School. So Bairden Elementary School, if you're watching this, I have one of your iMacs, and it's in a better place now. So yeah, I set that wallpaper there just because I used this a long time ago. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, and we'll get the Ruby iMac up. Okay, here's the Ruby iMac. Let's load up. I don't know if it works or not. Yeah, this display's probably dead or something. I think it's the motherboard because the one that I put in was junk. Yeah. Motherboard's junk, so whenever I find some more parts, iMac G3s, I'm gonna rebuild this one. So I gotta get this rebuilt. So yeah, guys, hope you all enjoyed the story of my nostalgia first computers that started my collection. And just to say, guys, no matter how great you become, always remember you started somewhere. So I guess that's about it. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Bye.